Hello everyone, this is Schiim and welcome back to my budget builder series. This week I'm going to be building a BPL team, so that is the Barclays Premier League. And this was a very interesting one for me because the Barclays Premier League is a very expensive league on Ultimate Team. So obviously for a budget builder, this is going to be very challenging. But it was fun for me. The formations were quite hard as well because formations change the prices of players so much more in the Barclays Premier League than they do in any other league. So let's get into it. I've chosen the formation which I think best suits this team, get the cheapest and most effective team for the BPL. So into the team we go. As you can see, we've selected the 4-3-3 formation. Not a formation that I've used very much this year on Ultimate Team, but I've played a few games with this team and it seems to work absolutely perfectly. So in goal, one of the most underrated players I think on this Ultimate Team this year is Tim Howard. 81 rated goalkeeper. I think he's so underrated because he isn't a shiny. He isn't a rare player. He's 81 rated, which is still pretty high for a goalkeeper. And he's bought for only 1,000 coins. 6'3", he can claim those high balls. And he's excellent. Good all-round stats. And his kicking and his throwing are absolutely perfect. So his distribution is amazing for me. So, at the full-backs, on the left-hand side, I've gone for a bit of pace abuse. I've gone for Richardson, 75 rated. His defending is not great and his heading's not the best. But his pace means that he can help track back, get around those quick defenders and help out. He's only 1,200 coins, 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, pretty decent, 5'10", so he's going to be a bit strong. He's going to be able to win some of those headers at the back post, but he's a very solid player in there for the amount of coins. At right back, I had two choices. It was either Glenn Johnson or the slightly more expensive Kyle Walker. It's up to you, but I've gone for Glenn Johnson. I prefer his defending and his heading stats. 6 foot, he's going to help out with those headers as well. I like those fullbacks that are not just going to be there for the pace, but they can also help defend and head. So 1,200 coins, he's still got 87 pace, which is absolutely perfect, and he's a very good player for this team. So centre-backs was a very hard position to get players for, because they're so expensive. The players I was looking at were Kabul and Louise, you know, probably the two of the glitchiest, most spawny centre-backs you come up against for BPL teams. But I've gone for Mbia and Distan in this team. So Mbia, 80 rated, 1,900 coins. He's very pacey, he's very strong, he's good in the air, and I absolutely love playing with him. He seems to be just as glitchy and just as OP as David Luiz for me, and I love him in at centre-back. Then I've gone for a bit more height in there to balance it out. I've got 6'4" Sylvain Distan, very good all-round defender, and he suits this team extremely well. So I'm going to put him on the right-hand side, and I will show you just why in a minute. So the centre mids are probably the most expensive part of this team, and I've gone for Fellaini, I've gone for Milner, and I've gone for Cabaye. So Cabaye, he fits in with the French Revolution over there on the right-hand side, and that's going to continue with a bit of more of a theme throughout the side. James Milner, he's in there. He's 1,700 coins, and he's such a good all-round player. He's got great passing, he's got enough pace, his shooting's excellent, and he's got 79 dribbling. He's got 4-star weak foot, which is good for a midfielder, so his shooting's going to be good from no matter where on the pitch. Also, he's a very hard-working player, which is the same for Cabaye and Fellaini. So Cabaye, he's got 4-star weak foot. He's a very good all-round player yet again. He's not a rare, but that's not going to faze me too much. 1,100 coins. All-round stats are just perfect for me. He's an excellent addition to the team. And then Fellaini, he's going to be our holding man, 6'4". He's going to help with those headers, the high balls. He's going to win those goal kicks, and he's going to cost us 3,000 coins. So to break the bank a little bit on Fellaini, but it's worth it. If you look at those defending, those heading stats, balances out that midfield perfectly, and he's just going to slot into the middle right there. So on the right wing, this is probably my favourite player in the team, Hatem Ben Arfa. I've played with a lot of right wingers on Ultimate Team this year, and I must admit he is the best. I've played with Hulk, Farfan, you probably name it. I know they're not the two of the greatest ones, but they're two of the players that have fitted into my team so far, and he is so much better than like a higher rated player like Hulk. 83 pace is not the best pace, but he seems to drop into all those little holes in behind the defence, in front of the defence. He gets loads of space. 5'11", so still good in the air, and for 1,400 coins, for how effective this player is. 4-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. Look at that dribbling, 86. His pace isn't the best for a winger, but 83 you can get by with that because the dribbling's just so damn good. He can work past those defenders, and his shooting on that left foot is absolutely impeccable. So in on the left-hand side, this is probably the weakest part of the team. A lot of people don't really get on with Gervinho, but I think he's a good player, good solid player. He's got the 4-star skill moves, only 1,000 coins. His pace and his dribbling are good, so that kind of gives us a bit more pace in the attack, and I really like him in there. Then down the middle, there's a lot of options you can do. You can go for Darren Bent. You can go for someone a bit more expensive like Hernandez. But I've gone for Demba Ba just because of the fact he's 6'2". He's going to win those headers, especially in this 4-3-3 formation. There's going to be a lot of space down the wing, a lot of opportunities for crossing. He's got 81 pace, 81 heading, 6'2", and his 80 shooting. He has got an absolute cannon on in this man. You get him on that right foot, and his shooting is just as good as Podolski's left foot, just as good as Aguero. 1,000 coins. I absolutely love him. So that pretty much rounds up the whole team. A few suggestions that you could do to maybe improve this team was get someone like Kabul, Louise in at the back. Maybe go for improving the left back position with someone like Clichy. These are just players you can work towards to make this team a lot better. And another player in the midfield I'd go for would be someone like Wilshere. And on the left-hand side, you probably want to improve that and bring in a more expensive player to replace Trevino. But if you're on a tight budget, this team's only going to cost you around 15 grand, maybe a little bit more, maybe a bit less, depending how good you are in that transfer market. So that rounds up this episode of my BPL Budget Builder series. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Schiim, and I will see you next time.